One of the things here in Hudson County we have been pushing is testing. One of the things that we are not paid for out of our Grand White funds is testing.
Oh, stop. He's shaking his head no. Okay, can I just tell you what I know about these two wonderful young people, and then they can tell you about their professional background as well. I have known both of them about 10 years, Louis Farmer and Timothy Daniels. We have worked alongside each other in the community, in the Jersey City community, raising HIV awareness. Louis, who can elaborate, has a wide background of case management, counseling, both here in Hudson County, Ohio, as well as currently in New York City. Timothy has been what I would say, just a your community heart for at least 10 years here in Hudson County. And the very first presentation Timothy did was at Snyder High School. Snyder High School. The year after he graduated. So you can imagine, Timothy shared his heart and his life with those that were his fellow classmates. And that took a lot of guts. I don't know if I could have done that. But I sum it up to say these two individuals just make such a difference by sharing their lives, sharing their stories, sharing their energies, and raising awareness, promoting testing, and just encouraging others to live their life to the fullest. So I'm presenting to you Louis Farmer and Timothy Daniels.
Hey, how's everybody doing? It's a little bit too quiet in here, so we're going to get it rocking and rolling.
That's
so, she was nice enough to say that I'm a young man, but I am 50 years old, and I have been living with an AIDS diagnosis actually on this date 21 years ago. So as we discuss HIV and AIDS, I am the face of AIDS. Take it away.
And I'm Timothy Daniels, as Evelyn stated. I'm 30 years old, and I'm the face of HIV.
And we say that simply because our journey was different. And I want to emphasize to you the danger of a single story as it pertains to HIV and AIDS. So clearly there is a difference between HIV and AIDS because one must be exposed to the HIV virus and subsequently could possibly resort to having an AIDS diagnosis. I am an example of the many men of African descent who did not go to the doctor until I was not feeling well. Therefore, by the time I was sick, by the time I reached the hospital, I had an AIDS diagnosis. I could have possibly died. However, getting tested quickly, regularly, and consistently to find out if you are HIV positive could definitely prevent you from subsequently becoming as sick as I became. So in my 20s, told I was going to die in Brooklyn, New York, having lost 30 pounds, 5 shades darker, IVs in both arms, and an oxygen mask. It is imperative that each and every one of you realize and understand that your life is valuable, but in that same vein, you need to be responsible for your actions, because I was not. I was naive, I let the concept of love cloud my judgment, and someone infected me who knew he had the virus and did not care. So the reality has become either better or bitter. And I'm better.
And as a teenager, my story is completely different from Louis. I was the type that was looking for love in all the wrong places. I was, like I said, a teenager. I had my first sexual intercourse at the age of 14. And my mom didn't know about it. I didn't have no one to talk to about, what I was going through, especially with me being gay. So I really didn't have no one to talk to, but I found it in other people and in other guys. And at that time, I didn't know that I was preyed upon. I didn't know that with my looks, I didn't know anything about sex. I didn't know anything about how to protect myself. I didn't know anything about just anything. So I'm gonna fast forward to I'm gonna fast forward. When I had told my mom that I was gay, and I told her about my activity, she sent me to go to Murdoch Hall. That's at the old Church of Cedar Medical Center. And at the age of 14, I had to get my first HIV test. If I had sex by myself, if I went out looking for it, I had to go and get the HIV test by myself. My mom did not go with me. If I wanted to do adult things, I had to do adult activity as far as making sure that I'm okay. The test came out negative. At the age of 18, I decided that I was going to do things better. I was going to do things differently. After high school, I wanted to go straight to college. My teen years wasn't the best, but I wanted to set something up for myself. So I went and got the test done January 18th, 2007. Just a routine test. I went in, I was like, all right, let me get my results. And the test came out preliminary positive. And what that means is that the test is either positive or negative. So they had to draw blood, and they had to conduct a Western blot. And the Western blot will tell you if you're positive or negative. So 2 weeks later, I got the news that I was positive. And the day before my birthday was my first doctor's appointment. I was about to turn 20 at this time. And I was like, oh, well, this is my own birthday gift to myself. I put myself in this boat, what I'm going to do. So at the time, college left out of my mind, work left out of my mind. I was thinking about spending up all the money that I had. And at the time, I was scared. I didn't know what to do. But now, 10 years later, I'm better than who I am back in the day. I'm glad that I went through these experiences because it made me into the guy that I am today. It's preventable. You can protect yourself. Don't be afraid to go and get an HIV test. Go with your friends. Talk to someone about it. People younger than me are catching HIV and still dying in this day and age.
I'd also like to emphasize that HIV, unfortunately, has had such a stigma and such a level of discrimination that there has been such a push to normalize people who are living with the virus that it has totally dismissed the seriousness of this disease. The reality is, yes, Timothy and I do look healthy. Timothy and I do take our meds, but my meds cost $3,000 a month. Okay? That's expensive. The reality is that people who are HIV positive, the longer we live, the higher our chances are of developing heart disease, brittle bones, and other issues that normal people would not develop. The reality is that you have to do a lifestyle change. You have to adjust your life accordingly. But it's also important that all of you realize that if you are majoring in business, psychology, social work, you are also responsible for fighting this disease. We talk about safer sex, but that's only one part of HIV prevention. There's economics, there's sexism, there's racism. And I am a young man living in a household where being attracted to the same gender is inexcusable. I have no one to talk to. I may resort to behavior that I normally would not do. If I am a young woman and I have been told to wait till I'm married, but I'm madly in love with a man who makes me feel special and I have no one to talk to, I might become victimized. If I live in a community where there aren't any places to get tested, or the place to get tested is known as the AIDS place, I won't go get tested. HIV prevention is much more than before you go to bed, which is the danger of a single story. Because when Timothy and I tell people we're HIV positive, that's the story people want to stick with. But there's a story before our diagnosis, and there's a story after our diagnosis. Because we don't fit into the stereotypes that people think. Promiscuity is not a gay thing. Promiscuity is a personal decision and choice. But sometimes people become promiscuous because they're searching for love, affirmation, acceptance, peer pressure. We also need to understand that I'm a mentor, not a molestor. People need to be held accountable for encouraging more vulnerable younger people to doing things that they normally would not do.
Yeah.
However, if you have some questions, get to asking them now.
Right.
Because we don't want you guys leaving here just to get credit or whatever. You need to learn, you need to know. We're both Jersey City residents. I work in New York. I used to be in an HIV prevention program. I speak publicly all the time. My background is social work, youth and family services. I've worked with ex-offenders, commercial sex workers. Nothing is off the table. Yes, ma'am.
Can you please tell us about the medications that you're on and the side effects that they may have?
Okay, when I was initially diagnosed in the 90s, I took 30 pills a day. That was 3 times in the day, totaling 30. Back then, HIV meds were extremely. I suffered from what is called lipodystrophy, which is when your body redistributes its fat because of the HIV meds. So imagine gaining close to 35 pounds in less than a month and a half. Imagine your waist going from a 29 to a 38. Imagine growing an A cup and possibly wearing a bra. All because of the meds. Moving forward, medication has definitely improved. The side effects are less, but still prevalent. Some of the side effects, based on your genetic makeup, if you have a history of kidney issues or cardiovascular problems, some of the meds will actually make that become more apparent. If you become overweight, your bones may become brittle. So yes, the meds do save lives, but some of them come with side effects, as all medicine does.
I should have just sat down and let him talk the rest.
No! What meds do you take?
2007, now to fast forward from Lewis's story. I was on a tripler. A tripler is a 1 pill a day, but that thing had so many side effects. It was from dizziness to stomach issues, diarrhea, waking up groggy. It was just a whole bunch of stuff. So I was switched off of that medicine to Complera, which I'm on right now, and Complera is much more better.
1 pill a day, correct?
1 pill a day. But I still have to watch out because it could affect my kidneys, or all my major organs. So I'm constantly on the lookout for that because if you take them for so many years, it will, sorry, I'm just being honest, it will have a counter effect on you. You know, I'm close to, God forbid, I'm close to being on dialysis because of my kidneys. They're failing. So, but thank God, this did blood work, they're going back up.
Hercules.
So, what I look like being a 30-year-old on dialysis, you know. So the main thing is that we have to take our meds. I don't feel like taking it every day. It's sometimes people get on me about, you know, well, you just take 1 pill a day, but that 1 pill a day, it takes a lot for you to get up. It takes a lot to prepare your mind every day to take this pill because some people, it's a constant reminder that they have this HIV. They have this. But I know I want to live. I know what I got to do. And even though it may be hard at times, I got to take it.
Any other questions?
You're such, I was here last year.
Hello.
Professor Person. And you're such a phenomenal speaker. I want to congratulate you. And when you don't want to take your pill every day, remember how beautiful you are. Inside, take the pill.
And I also want to emphasize that, you know, when a person is HIV positive, it also affects the family. I used to do a support group for HIV positive heterosexual men. And we need to understand that when you are HIV positive, you have to come out of the HIV closet if you want to. Therefore, when I say I am HIV positive, I am actually giving you something so private about who and what I am, and I am trusting you not to repeat it. So what HIV does in many instances, it causes people sometimes to pull back out of fear. Even in 2017, there is still stigma. And I've said this once and I'll say it again. When you go to work and you say, I have diabetes, I have cancer, people rally around you, they want to know how you're doing. But if you go to work and say, I'm HIV positive, they immediately want to know, how did you get it? Are you gay? Are you on the down low? Are you a slut? Are you on drugs? That's that danger of a single story. Because unfortunately for people who are HIV positive, as we write our story, others like to intercept and take the pen, erase what we say, and imprint whatever they want. Which is the reason why Timothy and I speak. Because I know for a fact, everybody sitting in this audience, somebody knows somebody that's positive. Somebody in this audience is HIV positive. Someone in this audience has a parent that's positive. And you don't have to be as vocal and verbal as we are, but we are standing here to let you know that you are not alone. And for others of you who may think you are immune, as Marlon so eloquently stated, Hudson County is up there. You have rubbed shoulders with, been intimate with, ate with, and possibly dating someone like he and I. Get it together.
Dr. Lawson had to check with the next speaker, and I know we have students who have to go because they have the 11 o'clock classes coming up.
Baby,
What was that?
listen, I'll get the clothes, you do all the cooking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
How nice.
I love my baby's cooking.
Such a sweetheart.
I love my baby's cooking,
I'm
yeah.
glad you do.
Babe cooking is the best. Folks in Atlanta was raving about your stuff.
Yeah, that was really good. Everybody complimented me on it. I was
Yeah.
glad that they enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Even Trevor Artis was like, this is really good.
Right. And y'all really connected once he tasted your food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, we're just coming from St. Peter's University, where I was speaking, and thanks babe for recording.
No problem.
I have not checked the recording yet, so once I get upstairs I'm gonna put it together. Hopefully this video goes out today or tomorrow, but yeah. Oh dang it, we forgot to get some more vitamin C, but that's okay. We'll just do the apple cider vinegar and honey. Yeah, we'll just do that. Cause I feel a cold coming. Oh, look at the little cute shoe, baby.
It is cute.
All right, so what? Feel like what? Yo, listen. Who you telling? I'm about to see how
Trip to BJ.
today.
Yeah, why not?
Won't.
You ain't doing nothing. You got 5 more days off of work. Them videos.
That's not the point.
What's the point?
That's not the point.
What's the point?
Even though I ain't got nowhere to go,
What's the point?
it's probably is what I want to do.
Okay, that's great. You're absolutely right.
Cause baby, he let me have it this morning in that bathroom. I went in there to go see him. I turned on that light. He was like, the light.
It was.
The light.
You're right.
I said, well, baby, you ain't got nowhere to go. That ain't the point. I was like,
Right.
oh. You wanna, okay.
Right.
I cut it off and I stood there. It was rubbing my leg. I was like,
It's too bright.
mm.
Too bright.
I said,
Now,
okay.
you do it to me all the time.
That's
Too many
it.
lights on it. Can you turn that out? Can you turn
Oh.
it down? It's too loud.
Yeah. When you get
All right then.
when I get tired, my sensitivity rises. But I wanted to see you.
You can see me.
No, I couldn't. It was dark in the bathroom. I wanted to sit there while you was pooping. Yeah. Okay, we just reached the house. Whew, let me hit y'all up in a bit. What's up, guys? So, got some Chinese food for dinner. I want to try something different, and don't judge me. I went and got duck. Okay, well, I ordered duck. The house special duck. I've never tried it before. I'm trying to explore my palate more. I'm trying to allow my palate to explore different things. Okay, sorry, I had to wash my hands and baby's using the bathroom. But, yeah, so I went and ordered the house special duck. I wanted to try something new. I feel bad for ordering the duck. But hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. Yeah, hopefully it is good.
Why do you feel bad for ordering the duck?
Cause ducks, they not eatable to me. They're very special.
What you mean?
They're some very special birds to me. I like them, you know, but
And if they're tasty, you can love them even more.
I know, you know. So I know it sounds like crazy what I just said, that they're very special, but I wanted to try it out for the longest, so I'm about to do it. Don't judge me. let's get to eating. Okay.
Won't you tell me all about it?
I can't believe it. You thought that wish was gonna turn you into a cat. The shooting star. Shooting stars don't turn people into cats.
But I know Bag won't give me a piece of that chicken wing. The chicken wing. Babe, so sweet. Okay. So crazy.